ago when Margaret Court beat Billie Jean King in straight sets, 2 sets. But oh, there were no tiebreakers then. 2:03 they battled today, and Jana a point away from a 5-1 lead in this final set. Now has seen Steffi Graf take the last 4 games, and her coach Hanna Monlikova hopes she can pull herself together and perform as she did throughout the second set and early in this third. She's serving now to stay in the championship. 4-5.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
Novotna now has won only 3 of the last 17 points. She's come crashing.
Just a little frustrated at this point.
Yeah.
Somehow she's got to regroup, get the first serve in. Holds and she's even.
Her opponent is bouncing on her toes now.
Well, Steffi Graf kept her composure this whole third set. Always knew deep down inside, I think, that she could come back, hoping that Jana would make a few errors and let her in the door, and that's exactly what's happened. She's won 15 of the last 18 points.
And 7 in a row to get here at low 30, Novotna. Flirting with trouble on that approach.
But Jana realizing that she doesn't want to be trading ground strokes, so she wants to get into the net. That's where she wants to win or lose this match, at the net. Best shot this whole tournament, spinning over the net, but the big short there.
First match point. For Steffi Graf.
7-6, 1-6, 6-4.
A great champion, Graf, rallying from 1-4 down and 2 breaks to win the last 5 games of the match and her 5th Wimbledon championship. 7-6, 1-6, 6-4.
Dealer, have you driven a Ford lately? By the ITP Hartford Insurance Group. By Coca-Cola Classic. Always a great serve. Always Coca-Cola. And by Visa. It's everywhere you want to be.
Just moments ago, Steffi Graf, a la Pat Cash in 1987, making her way up through the crowd. Her father has been ill, her mother as well. Her 3rd straight, rallying from deep in the depths. 2 breaks down in the 3rd, and there's her coach, Heinz Gundhardt, and a big smile from the champion 5 times over, Steffi Graf. And this is match point.
Well, to be down 4-1 in the 3rd set, all she wants to do is get into that net and finish off the point where she's had the most success this whole week, and there she does it.
Winning 17 of the last 21 points. Steffi Graf, when it seemed she would be the victim of a huge upset today, Jana Novotna denied. Much of that her own problems. Novotna unable to play at the level that she had performed throughout most of the day. And father and mother lead the cheers at center court. Graf is champion again. The trophy presentation coming up. Center court, the Duke and Duchess of Kent. He's the president of the All England Club. And Jana Novotna, as she was congratulated by the Duchess, breaks into tears, and the Duchess cradling her on her shoulder. Tremendous disappointment for this young woman who played magnificently. The championship was hers. But how difficult it is to beat this woman. Steffi Graf knew how to win and manufactured another tremendous victory today. The Duchess has presented the ladies' trophy here every year since 1978, with one exception. 86, Kitty Gottfried was honored and allowed that privilege. And the highs and lows in two faces of center court at this moment. The energy, the effort, the anticipation to be so close to victory. Let's go back just a moment ago when Novotna was presented her runner-up plate. And as the Duchess, who, Chris, as you know, she always has some nice thing to say, win or lose, and that was all it took, and it triggered the outburst of tears.
Oh, what a wonderful tournament she's had. Both players.
But Collins waits to interview two terrific athletes, Novotna and Graf, when we return. Breakfast at Wimbledon, the 100th Ladies' Championship, a memorable one. Jana Novotna laid a magnificent challenge, but its champion Graf had the final answer. 5 titles for Graf. They're headed for Bud Collins.
Jana Novotna, I know they're proud of you in the Czech Republic. You know, only 64 women have been in the championship match, and you came so close. How did it escape you, Jana?
Too close. I came too close. I felt that the double fault I made on the point for 5-1 was absolutely not necessary. I don't see the reason why I made it, and I just didn't handle it well, I guess, at the end, and Steffi becomes stronger and stronger at the end, and I just could never stop her.
Was it nerves finally at the end?
I don't know. I don't think so. I just think that I couldn't get started very well, and I was not as fluent in the previous matches, and today I had to work very hard for every point, and I just guess I didn't handle it well at the end. That's all.
Jana Novotna, you gave us a wonderful final today.
Thank you very much, but yeah, I enjoyed it very much. It's just very unpleasant that it had to end up this way, but I promise you that I work hard and I come back next year.
You will come back. Chakuyi.
Thank you.
Number 5, Stephanie Maria Graf. Congratulations, but how did you get out of that one? 17 of the last 21 points.
That's a difficult one to answer. I think the most important game was at 4-1 when I hit some great returns, and then she, for the first time, made a few mistakes, and I think she got a little shaky after that. And she had another 40-15 on my serve at 4-2, and after she lost that one, I think she didn't really... She wasn't really as concentrating as before.
Could you sense that? Could you sense the crumble?
Well, I was hoping for it, and I sensed it at 4-3. I thought, okay, now I've got my chances. Now I've got to go for it, and I did, and I got another 2 points.
How did it feel for somebody to push and goad you into playing such wonderful tennis?
It's difficult to say right now because I felt I lost already the match because she was up 4-1 serving, and I thought, okay, I'm not going to get out of this one. She was playing unbelievable tennis. And then I loosened up and I just went a little more for myself.
Played serve and volley.
Yeah, but I made a few mistakes on it too. I have to admit, so some good ones and bad ones.
The face of a champion, number 5, Steffi Graf. Wunderbar. Dick?
All right, Bud, the ladies and the men's doubles championships to be decided today. There's so much more in our Wimbledon celebration. Don't wander away. Let's go now to Hannah Storm.
Thanks, Dick. Well, here's what's ahead as our coverage continues on this day 12 of the championships. Bud Collins will come back to take us through the 100 years of ladies competition at the All England Club. We'll show you special moments from a tribute to the late Arthur Ashe, held here in London during the fortnight. And we've got more tennis. You'll see how Pete Sampras and Jill in coverage this afternoon on this day 12 of the championships as we discuss history and history in the making. A look ahead at the men's final a little bit later on. Back to the women, though. It began in another century with a teenager from Warwickshire, England named Maud Watson. She was the first ladies champion here at the All England Club. And today, Steffi Graf became the 100th champion to claim the Wimbledon ladies singles title. On this anniversary, our Bud Collins reviews the history of the ladies championship.
We've seen the 100th championship, but at the first in 1884, they cried, "Good God, it's Maud!" 19-year-old Maud Watson swaddled in yards of fabric, whalebone corset like everyone else. The original champion, Lottie Dodd, was given permission to dress more scantily. She was only 15 when she won, but glamour came in the form of the Frenchwoman, Suzanne Lenglen. Everybody wanted to see her because she seemed a character out of the Swan Lake Ballet, and she never lost a match at Wimbledon. Succeeding her, the California powerhouse from the baseline, Helen Wills Moody, lost only one of 56 matches at the Big W, 8-time champion. A different kind of slam bang from Alice Marble in shorts, 1939. Serve and volley. Take that, sister. So you see, Martina Navratilova wasn't the first to wear shorts, although they became her well. But scandalous. 1948, gorgeous Gussie Moran, lace panties banned. So was Rosie Casal's dress in 1972. And white in white. This costume of Ann White in 1985. It's white, all right, said the referee, but too much Miss White. Sterling silver was the original trophy, but it soon changed to gold. The familiar platter. Teenage champ Mo Connolly won 3 of them. Althea Gibson brought new color and verve to center court, winning 2 titles. And bubbly Little Miss Moffat, Billie Jean, would win 20 titles overall in her 23-year-old career. She didn't win this one, 1970 against Margaret Court, 14-12, 11-9, the longest of women's finals. But number 20 came with Martina in 1979 and farewell 1983.
I knew I was finished playing, and as we left center court, I thought, I better turn around and take one more look, because I'll never be in the same situation again where I'm an active player and people are applauding. And I wanted to remember center court in a fond way, and looking back, I really felt terrific to me. I wanted to keep that picture in my mind for the rest of my life.
Along came Chris Evert, known as the Ice Maiden at first, but she thawed the English and thawed herself to win 3 titles, and started this series with Martina Navratilova with a knockout punch. So, really a wake-up call, because Martina, who was trailing, won the first of her 9 titles in 1978. They played 5 finals, 2 queens of the court. In 1977, another local queen showed up to honor Virginia Wade.
I was getting a bit on in my career, and I'd never done as well as I felt that I could. And I was beginning to wonder whether I should even play Wimbledon. And then when I found that the Queen was there, I thought, my goodness, if the Queen's going to be there on finals day, I'm going to be there too. And if I'm there, I'm going to win, because I'm never obviously going to get another opportunity.
An incomparable center court celebration for the last of the British champs. For she's a jolly good fellow, came the serenade. But a jolly good champion indeed, Martina Navratilova. Heavy lifting? She didn't mind. You could count them. 9 times the plate on high. And even this year,
marvelous Martina, still dangerous, a semifinalist, succeeded by Steffi Graf, who has played in 6 of the last 7 finals. Fräulein forehand. On to the Golden Roll of Honor. A century of the women at Wimbledon.
Bud Collins has covered 27 of the ladies' championship matches. Chrissy Everett has played in 10 and won 3. How do you compare today's match to those that you've seen? And Chris, the ones that you played in terms of drama, what a fabulous comeback by one of the great champions in Wimbledon history.
It's the most astounding finish I've ever seen, and it saddened me a little because here was Jana Novotna. After all, Steffi has 4 championships and a great, great champion. But Jana, there she is, 1 point for a 5-1 lead, assured championship to give her young new country, the Czech Republic, to show that Navratilova and Mandlikova are not the only ones, and it's within her grasp, and gone, she came apart like a rag doll.
But at the same time, a wonderful effort by Steffi.
It was, but, you know, more than being happy for Steffi, I, too, am so upset for Jana because she came so close, especially that shot when she was hugging the Duchess. It was so touching, and I do think that this match was one of the highest caliber I've ever seen, and it sort of sets a new standard for women's tennis.
Well, I think there's no doubt that Jana Novotna will be back.
That's right, and I love it. People, watch it. Learn to volley. Get into the net. Please, ladies.
Maybe they'll follow after today. Thanks. When we return to Wimbledon, we'll show you some moments from an event here honoring the memory of a great champion, Arthur Ashe.
Second set 6-1. She was 1-all here in the third, and using shots, the forehand to set up magnificent lobs like this one. Jana Novotna then would go on and lead 4-1. The shot of the day from Dean Witter. Chris Everett now joins Bud Collins, and we go back to what will be a game that will be long with.
Of 10 was on court for the trophy presentation, but yesterday she became for a moment a second mother. For this crushed young woman, there would be a hug, a chat, some consoling words, and the kindness of the Duchess causing the tears to flow. Later, Novotna revealed what the Duchess had said.
When she, came to me and she started to smile, and when she said, Jana, I believe that you will do it. I know that you will do it. Don't worry. I just let go. And it was very emotional because I think she's really a very nice lady, and I was very happy that she was there for the whole night.
Now let's take you back with 3-time Wimbledon champion Chris Evert to the completion of Novotna's match against Graf.
Third set. But vulnerable to the pressure of the moment, she began to fall apart, a double fault reducing her lead to 4-2. On the next point, her fragile nerves would again betray her. The 24-year-old Czech presented with a wide-open court, only to slam a volley out. The talented Novotna, who easily took the second set from Graf, had lost command of her game. The third set was becoming a personal nightmare. Her dream to win Wimbledon disintegrated. She would stagger to the finish in so fragile a fashion that tears were inevitable, and they fell on the shoulders of royalty. It remains to be seen what impact yesterday's collapse will have on Novotna, but Gabriela Sabatini hasn't been the same since failing on a chance to beat Graf in the 91 Wimbledon final. Serving for the match in the 12th game of the third set, Sabatini fizzled, letting slip away the chance for her first Wimbledon title. At this year's French Open, Sabatini dominated Mary Jo Fernandez, but squandered 5 match points in a loss, which further shook her confidence. And what of Novotna's confidence now? She possesses the talent to beat the best, but as was painfully proven against Graf, must still find the temperament to go with it.
Well, Chris Evert and John McEnroe, former Wimbledon champions, have known not only the joy of winning this event, but also the type of pain that Jana Novotna went through yesterday. Was it not only the fact, Chrissy, that she lost the match, but the way she lost it that evoked such emotion?
Agony of defeat. I mean, she lived that. That was the reality for Jana Novotna yesterday, and she had the match on her fingertips, and she choked. And a tennis player hates to be considered a choke, but that's exactly what happened.
Now, Jana, a similar situation happened to you in the French Open. There was only one time where you made the final, 1984. You were up 2-0 on Yvonne Lendl, and then you lost that match, came back the same year to win Wimbledon and the U.S. Open. Was it difficult for you to recover from that?
I'm glad it was 9 years ago, first of all, so I can laugh about it now. But I actually think it helped me, because it made me more determined in Wimbledon and U.S. Open, which were the two biggest tournaments for me. I hope the Duchess of Kent's right when she told Jana Novotna that she's going to win it a few times. I don't know about that. I think this is going to be a devastating loss for her. I'd love to see her win it, but I don't think she's going to do it. And I think that's the best chance she ever had.
Well, Chrissy, do you agree? I mean, how does Jana Novotna get back to the point where she can come and win Wimbledon and be psychologically strong?
Well, I think once the dust is settled, Hanna Malikova, her coach, has to sit her down. They have to go over the tape, and that has to be the most painful experience of a tennis player, to watch the tape of a loss. But they have to just go over it, and the mental strategy. Hopefully she'll learn by this and just, correct what she did wrong.
So you think she can come back and win?
I think so, because she's a natural grass court player.
I want to point out something. In 9 years, I have not been able to watch that tape once, so it's going to be a while before they look at that one, I have a feeling.
Really? That's something else. Okay, thanks, you guys. We will see a bit more of you later on, and when we return to Wimbledon, Dick Enberg will carry us through the rest of the afternoon. He'll be joining us with a special tribute to the great...
That you dream about being a part of. Those are coming up later. The mixed doubles will be decided today. They'll be taking center court shortly, and the drama there involves Martina Navratilova, who is trying to chase Billie Jean King's 20 total Wimbledon championships, the record. She's looking for her 18th if she can win the mix today. We'll be looking in on that. Well, Wimbledon continues and conjures up center court Wimbledon, as Woodforde and Navratilova have just broken Bollegraf in the 8th game to take a 5-3 lead, and it's the same redhead from Australia, now with Martina Navratilova serving for the first set.
Dick, I want to also add that I know how to pick my doubles partners. Look at this. Mark Woodforde yesterday winning his first Wimbledon doubles title. Now here he is in the finals of the mixed doubles with Martina Navratilova, who, as you pointed out, is looking for her 18th Wimbledon win.
Tom Nijssen, the receiver. You've never seen him before. Martina missed that overhead. Now it's 16 all. Nijssen's a little guy, 5'9".
Martina clearly has her eye on Billie Jean King's record. That's why she picked Mark Woodforde as a partner.
Just out. Nijssen almost scooping that one to the baseline.
He and Bollegraf won the U.S. Open in 1991 and the French in 89.
Good eye there by Mark Woodforde. Just dropping long. Tradition of doubles excellence from Australian players. Mark Woodforde, obviously no exception.
It's out for set point. Well, a couple of left-handers on that side. Mark Woodforde and Martina Navratilova, as you look at Bollegraf. As you can't help but think about Rod Laver every time you see this red-headed, left-handed Aussie.
Just wide.
Well, Dick, it cost me a couple matches playing Mark Woodforde a couple years back. I thought I was playing Rod Laver. That's when I made this smart decision to try to play doubles with him.
Join him, huh? And so, Martina Navratilova, Mark Woodforde have the first set. The mixed doubles championship at center court, 6.6 to 3. Well, there's more ahead on breakfast, and now I guess it's brunch in the eastern part of the state. Brunch at Wimbledon. Coming up, we're going to Dan Hicks in New York, the Prudential update, right after these messages.
Match game. Gigi Fernandez will be serving. You were here once with Martina Navratilova for your Wimbledon doubles title. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. Billie Jean and Betty Sowerby, right?
Gee, that's a pretty good win for a couple of kids.
That's a stretch for me to remember that far back.
Well, Gigi and Natalia had a real battle.
in the semis. 10-8 in the third over Mary Jo Fernandez and Zina Garrison-Jackson. Uh-oh!
And I'm sure that match helped them for today. Important for this team now to come up with a few good returns. At this point, they have to take chances. They can't play conservative.
Top spin.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I remind you, no flashlights. It really distracts the player. Thank you.
Zvereva trying to touch her chin with her tongue.
She is fun.
A lot of personality. Loves to dance. Loves music.
Now, here's the wicket formation. Which way will Zvereva go? To her right.
And what that does is it forces your opponent to return down the line because they get two grooves hitting cross court after cross court after cross court. But look at Novotna is forced to return down the line. Probably not her best return.
30-15. Once again, for the fourth time, Gigi and Natalia 2 points from victory. It keeps their Grand Slam bid going. If they should win here, they'll try to complete it at Flushing Meadow in the U.S. Open.
And they won 3 Grand Slam titles last year, so they would really love to win this match and go for that 4th one at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, that's a little confusing in tennis, people using the term Grand Slams. There is only one Grand Slam, of course,
right,
by putting the 4 together. The wicket again. Natalia goes to her left. Novotna, a break point.
And Novotna, you really sense she deserves a little change in fortune here. Right down the middle. They left that middle open.
That's a fine doubles player. Don't hesitate. Break point. Fine serve. This time, that Gigi and Natalia have been only 2 points away.
Gigi was smart that point, though. She took a little off that first serve just to get it in.
Zvereva. Get up! Oh! Natalia Zvereva! Praying for a point, it seemed, on her knees.
And here she is on her knee, hitting that first shot. Practically laying down on the court. That second shot. They hit it right to her, though. And Jana perhaps missing it, not believing that. Zvereva, look at this. She's on the court. Great effort.
It's match point, championship point coming up.
That would have been a great way to end this match.
Last call for Neiland.
Fernandez, Zvereva, they win 2 sets to 1, 6-4, 6-7, 6-4.
Champion once more of the Big W. Exaltation for the winners, but this woman
a long day coming up empty, Chrissy.
Well, you have to still give her a lot of credit because she had a huge weight on her shoulders when she came out to play this doubles match. Took it off for her partner, Larisa, and competed really well.
But exhilaration cannot be escaped as Zvereva and Fernandez will go into Flushing Meadow with a chance for a Grand Slam. They win it 6-4, 6-7, 4-7 in the breaker, 6-4.
Oh, what a tremendous final. Ladies doubles, I have a hunch that Zvereva play is going to make our top 10 of the week. We'll see what the judges have to say. Still to come on this final day of Wimbledon, action from the men's doubles championship. Some you haven't seen. Our crack panel of tennis experts at Southwest 19 here at Wimbledon, after considerable debate, 3 broken rackets, 5 code violations, has deemed what you are about to see as the 10 most incredible points of this Wimbledon. Number 10, Patrick McEnroe and Jonathan Stark against Krister Algaard and Maurice Rua, doubles. Number 9, Pete Sampras, Andre Agassi. Number 8, Steffi Graf, Jana Novotna. Both lines for Novotna. Number 7, James Courier and Todd Martin. Incredible guess by Courier. Number 6, Nick, Andre Sternadova, Jason Stoltenberg, Sandin Stali, Renee Stubbs. Look at the defense. Number 5, Stefan Edberg and the Brit Chris Wilkinson. Buoyed by the home crowd, Wilkinson on the far side just refuses to quit. Mary Jo Fernandez and Dina Garrison Jackson. Delivered. Number 3, Jim Courier, Jason Stoltenberg. We thought this was over 3 times. Number 2, men's doubles, Berg and Talbot against the Brits, Hand and Wilkinson. A match point includes a behind-the-back gem. Match point. And number 1, today's women's doubles final, Zvereva.
can't get much better than that, but we do have men's doubles, the championship of Wimbledon. That's just ahead. To Wimbledon's loyal, those who often wait days and nights in the queue to earn a place inside, to fans from around the world who battle jet lag in order to enjoy this profound tennis experience, finally settling at center court, but with betraying eyelids that weigh 1,000 pounds each. It hits young, it hits old, singles, mixed doubles. If you're proud, you attempt to fake it, pretend you're watching. But these championships offered constant eye-opening action. In many ways, this Wimbledon was no different than all that had preceded it. The Friends box showcased the depth of emotional drama, highlighting this human experience. There we found support from the world-famous to the anonymous, but mostly from families. From tennis mothers who reminded us all of the family sacrifice, years and years of hoping this could someday happen, but now grasping at any evidence that such results were real. The parents rewarded by a personal visit from a victorious daughter who needed immediate confirmation. What a test. Sitting in such close company, often with a rival's loved one, severely unkind. When Boris Becker played Michael Steek on center court, Becker's fiancée seated just behind Steek's new wife. Each trapped in an emotional prison, both wanting desperately for the man they love to win in such high stakes, yet tennis etiquette dictating no outward expression to cheer him on. Cauldrons of feelings with no valve for relief. To walk away, not even an option. In the end, one man would win, the other failed, trying hard. Finally, the victor could cheer, but only because the loser could applaud her support as well. Like two prize fighters at the final bell, seeking each other because they knew the mutual appreciation, the battle they had watched, and the battle they had fought inside. But no one more emphatically reflected the heights and the depth of these championships than ladies runner-up Jana Novotna. It was such a glorious Wimbledon for her, so close to a major title, and yet her own shortcomings crashed her unceremoniously to the center court turf. When the Duchess of Kent whispered in consolation, "You'll do it," she could no longer hide her emotions. As Thomas Jefferson offered, victory and defeat are each of the same price. For the 24-year-old Novotna, the price was so unreasonable, so incomprehensible. That's why, once again, this Wimbledon experience made us all care and feel. We salute its tradition. We marvel at its champions. Once again, they've shown us how special it is. And on this 4th of July, 1993, that's what I'll remember about Wimbledon. And that is the indelible picture that we take from these. Let's take a good look at her. It may be the last time on center court if she holds to her promise. But no one has ever played more successfully on this great turf court than Martina Navratilova.